Hey guys, so I just decided to do a Valentine's little bit of a smoky eye look using all drugstore products. Make sure you have a good time on Valentine's Day. This is also can be an everyday makeup look. It doesn't have to necessarily be just for Valentine's Day. But I hope you enjoy this makeup look, and if you do, continue watching. Hey guys, so yeah, let me throw my nice little cat ears and itch the crap out of my nose and think about what I'm gonna do next. Alright, so I'm throwing on some lotion, using that as a primer today, and going in with the LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. And I am just putting that on with my E.L.F. brush to apply. This stuff is really good. The color is a little off for my skin tone, but it's not too bad. It's a little bit more yellow than I would like, but I made it work. The E.L.F. brush that I'm using, it really blends the foundation really good. I don't notice a lot of brush strokes or anything like that, so sometimes depending on, you know, the kind of foundation that I'm using, and if I use this brush, I'll have to go back in with the beauty blender to kind of smooth out the lines, but I don't see any lines at all during this process, and it's super affordable. You can find it at Walmart, you know, anywhere that E.L.F. is sold, of course, elf.com. I think it's like $6, and it works perfect. Now for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Fair, and I'm also using my E.L.F. brush to blend that in too. Yeah, it worked perfectly blending that out. I don't usually blend out my concealer with a brush. I usually use a beauty blender, but I just wanted to try this method to see if it was a little bit faster. Okay, so now for setting powder, I'm going to set that concealer using the Wet n Wild Megaglo contouring palette, and I'm using the shade that's, you know, the latest one, obviously, and it's a little bit yellow, but I like that actually. It didn't show up too much, and it looked kind of translucent on my face, and I used an E.L.F. blush brush to apply that. Now on to contouring and kind of bronzing up the face. I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer, and I'm applying that with my Morphe M523 brush. These Morphe brushes are not found at the drugstore, but they are drugstore prices. These prices on these brushes and the quality is really good. I don't know why they're getting such a bad rep, but I love Morphe. Ever since I was introduced to them, I keep buying and buying and buying more brushes from them, so I'm super happy. But I'm making sure that I am contouring this, my cheekbones, my nose a little bit, my forehead on the sides, just to kind of warm up the look, because I am super pale right now, you know, because due to winter. What the heck was that face? Okay, so I don't know what I'm looking for. Okay, now moving on to blush, and I'm using Real Techniques brush for this, and the Wet n Wild Color Con and Apri-Cot in the middle, and it's a multitasking brush is what I'm using. I love that blush, it's so pretty. Okay, now for highlight, I'm gonna use the Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and it's the shade Be My Highlight number 10. And I'm also using another Morphe brush, and it's the M501, and it works so nicely. And this highlighter is amazing. It actually makes you look like you're glowing from within, especially like applying it in circular motions instead of just at the cheekbone area. And I like to apply a little bit throughout my face just to kind of give me that natural looking glow that everybody wants to achieve, especially me. I have dry, crappy skin during the winter time, so any highlight is good by me. Okay, so now for the eyes, I'm going to use my eyeshadow base, and it's the Essence Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. Now this is new to me, so I'm trying this one out. I've never used it before, but I am loving it so far. It really helped my eyeshadows blend and stay on really good, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm using the contour shade again, the real light one, to just apply that over top and set that eyeshadow base. Now I'm going to go in with the Rimmel London Magnify Eyeshadow in Keep Calm and Wear Gold. And I'm using number 5 shade to for my transition shade, so I'm using that. Going in with the Sigma E40 brush to blend that up into my crease, which I created myself because I have slightly hooded eyes and it's really hard to see any kind of transition or crease shades, so I have to create my own. Okay, so now I'm picking up the yellow shade. That's the 3rd shade in the palette, and I'm just applying that over top of the transition color to kind of blend that color out. Just blend, blend, blend. That is the key. When in doubt, blend it out. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Morphe E22 brush, and I'm going to go back into the transition color, and I'm going to kind of add that into my actual crease to add some depth into my eyes to make them, you know, appear to have a crease. That's kind of the trick, like you're contouring your eyes to, you know, make them stand out a little bit more. Now I'm grabbing my M507 by Morphe, and I'm creating an outer V to add some more color and depth into my crease, and I'm kind of bringing that up a little bit higher just to, like I said, you know, try to create some kind of you know, depth in the crease and my lid, if that makes any sense. But I'm using the I'm gonna say it's the 10th eyeshadow. It's like a brownish purple shade, and this eyeshadow palette is pretty good for its price. I think it was like $7 or $8 at Walmart, and you know, I'm not too disappointed in it. The colors seem pigmented. This is kind of the first time I'm applying it to my eyes, so but I'm really liking it. Now going in with my Morphe M421 brush. This is a really small like shader brush, and it's perfect for my lids because they're so small. But I'm using the 2nd shade in the palette, and it's a like really pretty shell looking shiny shimmer color. But it's really pretty for the inner corner and on the lid as well. And I'm just kind of going back in with a bare brush, the same brushes I've been using, and kind of blending that out a little bit more. Looking a little bit smoky, nothing dramatic or anything like that, but it's more angelic and kind of sweet and pretty for Valentine's, or, you know, everyday look actually, to, you know, go to work or whatever. Now I'm going to use my crown brush. It's a C513 for the lower lash line, and I'm using all the same colors that I used except for, you know, the shimmery one in that area as well, to kind of pull it all together and to make it a little bit more sultry and smoky. Again, not too dramatic, but you know, little something something. And I'm keeping blending, blending, blending. And then I noticed that the second shade in the eyeshadow palette was going away on my eyelids. It kind of was fading away, so I wanted to intensify it and, you know, put a little bit more on there. Now I'm just pointing to all the colors that I did use, and you know, even though I was going to tell you through this voiceover, but you know. Anyway, then I'm taking my e.L.F. brush, and I don't even know what kind of brush that is. It's like a domed brush, but I'm using the first shade to highlight my brow bone and kind of define it a little bit, clean it up, and putting that in the inner part of my eye too to clean that up because it got a little bit dusty from the shades and everything. There's quite a bit of kick up, but not too bad. I've seen worse. And then I'm gonna go with my brows, and I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I know this is not drugstore, but this is like my ride or die eyebrow pencil. It just never fails me. So, and plus on top of it, I couldn't find any of my drugstore brow pencils anywhere. I don't know where I put them, but I'm just blending that in and kind of creating some hair lines. My eyebrows got really screwed up the last time I went and got them done. The girl she went to town and like ripped off half my eyebrows. They were thicker than that, so that's why I fill them in so thick. I don't normally go for like a more dramatic brow, but you know, now I'm going in with my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, and I'm in the shade light medium. So I really like this. It gives like more natural hair look. It doesn't have no fibers or anything. It's just like the color, and then on top of it, it keeps your eyebrows in place all day. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I was going ahead and using the Wet n Wild highlighter that I put into my inner corner of my eye just to kind of add like a little shine to the inner corner, and it's called Precious Petals by Wet n Wild. Okay, so these liquid lipsticks are my favorite. For one, they're affordable. For two, they feel like you have nothing on. This shade is called Nice to Fuchsia, and it's a little bit bright, but it's perfect for if you just want to downplay your eyes and, you know, concentrate on the lips, definitely. But I wanted to go for more romantic than more bold look this Valentine. So, but I wanted to give some options and all that jazz. Also, I'm throwing on some mascara. It's called the CoverGirl Plumpify Blast Pro, and it's in the shade black. I'm not a huge fan of this. It's very clumpy, and this is the first time I'm using it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use it again, but we'll see. But I really, really love these liquid lipsticks. They're super comfortable. Comfortable, and they just wear so nicely. They last for a while without having to reapply, and the color is pigmented. And I'm also throwing on some eyeliner, and that's by Ardency In, and it's the shade black, just to add like a more nighttime appropriate eye look, because I'll be going out during the nighttime. Now that's the third option, is just throwing on some gloss, and that's by Flower Beauty, and it's in the shade Classic Nude. And that's it. So it's just like a little romantic look, something to, you know, go out and have some dinner, or, you know, do something romantic. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Bye, guys.